Yesim Gozukara is a Watercolour Society member, and she's an expert using granulation with her watercolour technique. She shows us the process, starting with a few drops added to Daniel Smith colours.
And that's more or less my preparation done. Okay, so I use a press to keep my board tilted like this, 20 degrees or so, and then I have the paper. This is a 200 GSM Moulin de Roy by Canson. This is one of my favorite. Wet into wet, so I just wet the back of this paper and turn it over, and again saturate wet the whole paper again.
The surface is totally saturated to allow the wetting wet process to continue through the whole painting. She wets both sides. Three elements are needed for effective granulation: Daniel Smith paint, granulating medium, and gravity. She prepares a background first for whatever it is she wants to show in her painting, and then adds the granulating paint over the top of this.
Started the granulation process. So I've got here a cheap bristle brush to mix the colors. So here I've got the lunar earth mixed with the yellow pie. And then without actually rinsing this brush, I'll just quickly mix the bloodstone genuine. What I'm after with this mixture is like a creamy consistency paint. Okay, for me to start the process. So when I actually do this, like so. So this is a technique called wet into wet glazing, if I'm not wrong. Thick, creamy kind of consistency. I'll start now tilting the paper, right, into this angle. They're rather thick and not moving. I now just granulation medium on this in a fine mist form to make them move. If not, I also like spray a bit of water, and that should actually make them move. So basically, in this process, you need to think about gravity. Gravity is one of the essential ingredients, if you like. So the first one is the Daniel Smith paint. The second is the medium that you need to use, and the third one is the gravity. Daniel Smith pigments, interestingly, they are, especially the chromatic series, they are mineral-based. The pigment is a mineral crushed really coarsely. So they're in a kind of like micron range, really huge compared to some other colors. It separates from the gum arabic. So they stick together in some cases, or swimming separately also. So you can actually see those clumps and granulation. So yes, the whole thing basically for me started as exploring if I can really achieve this kind of effect. Hopefully this area will move. As I mentioned, it's rather unpredictable, and sometimes what I do is actually really rotate the board and do some other crazy things, like spattering, to introduce other colors onto that surface. And if you color, I'm using a Rica brush. This Rica brush is amazing. because he's got the Herman signature on it. And it's amazing because it allows me to tickle the surface and drop a paint to break what's happening. They hold on to the paint almost, they don't drop. But this is how far I get. They're really fun, it's a really fun process, and I certainly enjoy
Yesim uses this technique in a range of subjects, maximising the textural quality of the different natural forms that she is exploring. Yesim's work is about connection with nature and experimentation with the effects possible in the watercolour medium. She's been painting for more than 30 years and generously shares her skills and knowledge in workshops. Follow her at her website and on Instagram.